Yo Esan, Ado Keke, Aboshan, Ahara. Maintenant, mais actually, Aigbe Okosun. Omo Esan biele. Omo na Aigbe, omo na Emu, omo na Ele. Yo Esan, Aboshan Keke. Audience out there, I greet every one of you in accordance to your time frame. Like some of you already know, this is Aigbe Okosun. I welcome you on board. As you join, please press the share button, share. Invite friends, invite Esan people to come listen to me and also be aware about this message I am bringing on board today. What is the relationship between the Esans and the Binis? Is there any relationship between the Esans and the Benin? Please, to get more information about this, endeavor to press the share button, invite other people to come join us. This message today is interactive. The comment section is open there, but your abusive comments is not accepted. And you are responsible for how you will interpret the message. I am not responsible for how you will interpret the message. It is very, very good you interpret it and get it appropriately well. Once more, I welcome you. Let me also share from my side. Let me share. As I'm expecting others to share, let me share to 2 or 3 people. You're welcome. Indigenous people of Esan. We Esans are second to none. Iwo Esan, mani Iwo Esan, ma yo give evo soso ton agmona. Iwo Esan yo give, ma yo give Iwo Kendo, ma yo give evo soso ton agmona. We are not second to any group of people. We are not second to the Benin people. The Benin are unique people. The Esans are also unique people. Esans are not offshoots of Benin people. Esan kingdom were not founded by any Oba of Benin. Please share. I'm also sharing from my side. Thank you for joining. I see some people sharing already. Like I always do, I'm also going to play very wonderful music of the Esan people to us before we get into the topic of my message today or tonight, depending on where you are viewing from. You're all welcome. Aboshan Keke Okesan. All right. While we wait for others to join us, let me search for a very powerful music to play for us. Don't be in a haste. Be very patient. You will get full dose of this message. And I implore you to stay tuned. You will get full dose. Don't be in a haste. I'm not seeing Esans thumbs up. Your thumbs up should come on board even before I start teaching, because you guys are already aware of this page. The Esan people are already following. Aboshan. Aigbe fun arewe gbere Iwo Esan. Ado Keke. Explosive message once more today. Okay, there's a particular music I wanted to play for us to promote our Esan music as well. Okay, I've gotten it. Thank you for holding. Thank you for staying tuned. If you're here, please put your comments so I can see you. I greet you all from my side. You're welcome on board. Our Oyo aba enamulu aldo anwa ojo mi ono amunu enamulu aldo anwa ebo abosha keke Share. Yes, how are you? Eu que são a bocha keke. Dadu eu resa. Aigbe fun Aigbe. A bocha. Majo bo akewo. Arobo owo. Ande me gai. Mesdames et messieurs, on a quoi ni recording na. Naturally, Prince Miko Melody. Prince Miko. Wacho Ukali. Obulu. And then Prince Miko Melody. Oriano kwa ni recording na. Enamulu aido anwa ayami ono amulu Iri ona gbonahin. Ile ni memure ose nwana. Imulu ole mamano. Ole esa chole ekuyiwo.
Agbọ́nà èkó. Yára ekuyiwo. Agbọ́nà.
Okay, we are good to go. Iwoke-san. Keke. It's a very crucial message. Audience out there, I know fully well that on this page, it's not only the Esan people that are here, but this is Esan page. And it's allowed for any other tribe to come listen to us, to come read our history, because, matter of fact, the people that are in the right position, or the people who are supposed to narrate their history, are the people themselves. The Benin people are not the one to tell us our history. And whatever history that has been championed by the Benin people all this while, if the history is not correct, and if the history distorts the true history of the Esan people, it is not a crime for you as an Esan man to come on board to debunk every distorted history that has been championed by any group of people against the Esan people. Iwoke-san, Yogieva, that is the slogan of our association, Indigenous People of Esan Association. We have our motto. Our motto is Esans are second to none. And the slogan to our motto is Iwoke-san Yogieva. Esans are second to none means Iwoke-san Yogieva Oniaro Etaribo. Esans are not second. We are native aboriginals. Today, let me quickly put my my number, should in case anybody want to call. But this time I'm going to put Italian number, not German number this time. Just a moment. What's up, call Oli? Just a moment. I welcome everyone on board. Yes, that is my WhatsApp number. A moment. I just have 2 more minutes to go. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Today I am going to be discussing with us as concerning the Esan history. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, you are welcome to Indigenous People of Esan Facebook page. Here we do justice to our history. Justice? Why do I say justice? Oh yes, because the Esan history has always been wrongly narrated by the Benin people. And, like I told us not quite long, the only group of people that are in the right place, that are supposed to be in the right place to narrate their history, is the people themselves. So, we the Esans, we must emerge to the occasion of doing justice to our history. As a matter of fact, every group of people on planet Earth, every tribal people, you are within your rights to come up to disagree with whatever history that is documented inside whatever is called history book. you are within your right to come up to debunk whatever history that is documented or whatever history that is verbally narrated that is not having the true record of your own history. So this is what we are doing here in Indigenous People of Esan. The reason why we put up Indigenous People of Esan Facebook page is to make sure we continue to stand in a gap to do justice to the Esan history, to make sure that we debunk every history that has been championed against the Esan people that is not correct. As we know, there are no other people that has always narrated the Esan history. It's only the Benin people that has always narrated the Esan history. And Esan, Indigenous People of Esan Association shall be launched and inaugurated January 2023. So it's official association, registered association, recognized association, and is recognized upon which the association has taken upon itself to always champion. Once more, I welcome everyone. What is the relationship between the Binis and the Esans? Is there any relationship between the Binis and the Esans? And if you also look at the topic of this message, the topic of this message, number one, is asking what is the relationship? Is there any relationship between the Binis and the Esans? Number two, there is a book that is newly written, and that book is titled An Esan Man and the Snake. And the title of that book already is failed on arrival on its own. It does not represent the Esan good interests. Secondly, the person who wrote the book said he is an Esan person. And looking at the name, his name is Ehiosu Esigie. And the book that he wrote was forwarded by who? The Iyase of Benin. And this person is claiming to write the Esan history that was forwarded by Iyase of Benin. Is Iyase of Benin an Esan man? What does Iyase of Benin have to do with the Esan history? Let's put that by the wayside. We are going to come to it again and then now do good analysis to it. Secondly, or firstly, is the number one topic of this very message this evening. That is why I played this Esan music in Amulo Agdoanwa. The person that you have always cheated, when that person become wise, you see that your falsehood will be brought to the public. That is the meaning in Amulo Agdoanwa. And as we know, or few of us know, the history that has always been championed against the Esan people by the Benin people is to have the Esans as second class to the Benin or children of the Benin. And if you read the Benin history, the one that is written and then launched all over their books, that is called Benin history books, you will always hear and see that the Esans are referred to as Benin descendants. Are we really Benin descendants? Hold that with one hand. We are going to open that hand and then do justice to that and answer that question. If really and truthfully, if the Esans are Benin descendants, or is the Benin that are Esan descendants in all actuality, we'll get to know about that. Secondly, let's not go into the real topic of this message. Who are the Esan people? And what is the relationship between the Esans and the Benins? Is there any relationship between the Esans and the Benins? Audience out there, Igbo Esan, endeavor to share, because if you do not share, the Benin people will not help you share. It is left for you to press the share button and share. If you do not propagate yourself, nobody will come to propagate you. That is what we have always done, simply because we are in a place called Edo State, and we are told that we are one. And we, the Esans, some of the Esans, seems not to be very, very loud in the areas of our history. So, this is the time for we to be loud. Nobody will help you to amplify yourselves. Nobody will help you to identify you. And if you leave yourself for you to be identified by others, they will misidentify and misrepresent you, just as Esan has always been misidentified. Yes, as a matter of fact, Esans has always been misidentified and misrepresented by the Benin people who has always narrated our history. Are they supposed to be the one to tell our history to the world or to tell our history to us? No, they are not in the right place to tell our history. We are the ones that have every right to come on board to tell our history. Nobody should use states that is created as a leverage to lay claim over groups of people that are inside the states, when in all reality, those people are not your children. In Edo State, Edo State comprises of different groups. It is not only one group we have in Edo State. If you look at some states in Nigeria, you have different tribe, different ethnic group inside that state. It does not mean that a particular people are the one who gave birth to the other ethnic group inside the state. But where the Esan people, when I say our people, our forerunners, who are our forerunners that were present when Edo State was created, where they ignore what they are supposed to say no to, is the name Edo State. Is the name Edo State. The name Edo is a name that is belonging to a particular group of people. And the name Benin is also a name that is belonging to a particular group of people. We all know that fact. Whatever you know concerning that as not what I am telling you now is nothing but propaganda. There is no other group of people in Benin that are known as Benin. There is a particular people that are the core Benin people and the Edo people. And these people, Benin and Edo, is as unto a name, first name and second name, first name and surname of a particular people. So it was error for our forerunners who were around when that state was created. Remember, it was initially Delta State. But the Delta people agitated and they pushed diplomatically for the creation of Delta States because of the supremacy and the dominatory quest of the Obas that were around us at that time, down to Oba Eware, Oba Erediawa II, from Oba Kenzwa II to Oba Erediawa himself. So, the Delta people did not fascinate it for their king to be seconded to another king. They did not fascinate it for a particular group of people to begin to portray themselves as supreme over other people. This is era of vast civilization where no group of people will want to remain under another group of people. So, they pushed for the creation of their independent states, and they got their independent states by virtue of Ibrahim Babangida, who married Asaba, born woman, who is a Deltan woman as well. Now, looking at it from our perspective, the name Edo does not have meaning in Esan language. That means that name is alien to the Esan people. The name Esan, the name Binis, so to say, does not have meaning in Esan language. That means that name is alien. When you want to create a state that comprises of ethnic groups, various ethnic groups, a particular name of a particular tribe should not be taken to create the states. Otherwise, there is going to be chaos that we are having today. The chaos that we are having today, what chaos is that? It's chaos where one group is playing supreme over others. It's chaos where one group, their king is called the paramount ruler of the states that was created. States that you will find kings These are first class kings, but the kings were seconded and a paramount ruler was erected. Artificial creation. So, if you look at it from all this perspective, I am trying to give you a soft balance of understanding without being economical with the truths. I am giving you a soft balance of understanding without being economical with the truth, because truth on its own is very blunt. Any truth that is not blunt is truth that is shortly narrated, which is nothing but half-truths. So, truth that we are narrating must be blunt. Now, let's look at it from here. What is the relationship between the Esans and the Edos? The relationship between the Esans and the Edos is nothing but neighboring kingdoms. We are neighbors. That is what it is originally. From the onset of the Esan existence, the Binis did not give birth to the Esan people. The Binis are not our superintended. The Binis or Esans are not extension of Benin Kingdom. Our history did not begin with the Benin people. We has always been neighboring kingdoms. And these neighboring kingdoms, we have recorded histories where the other kingdom who is neighbor to us, which is the Benin themselves, brought war into Esan land on several occasions. If Esans are offshoots of Benin, can any sane person take war to his own kingdom? No. This is a clear indication that Esans, they are distinct kingdom on their own. But we had what is called cohabitants, cohabitation. There was a time where we really and truthfully cohabited. Like it is always said by the Benin so-called historians that are always coming on social media to come and narrate history and to come and comment on comment section to say that the Benin, the Esan land, they were all formerly Benins before. It was the British invasion that divided us. That is big fallacy. That is big fallacy. It's a lie. That narrative is not correct. When the British invaded Benin Kingdom, they also headed towards Esan Kingdom and tried to invade Esan Kingdom. Our history is recorded. This history I'm narrating to you is recorded. How the British also came to Esan land for invasion. What you see, the British Benin invasion that is popularly known, is not just that it was only the Benin Kingdom that was invaded. The Benin Kingdom was a separate kingdom from Esan Kingdom even before the British came to invade the Benin people or the Benin Kingdom. But I am also going to do justice to that to let us know what is Benin. But before I let us know what is Benin and how Benin was, let us now look into how the British brought invasion, came into Esan land. As a matter of fact, it is recorded and documented in Esan history. After the British invaded Benin Kingdom within 7 days and burned down the kingdom within 7 days, took the king as at that time in Benin, who was known as Oba Ovorame, and deposed him to Calabar. Then they now headed to Esan land. They headed to Esan land and they start their invasion, of which it was not easy for them the way it was easy for them to invade the Benin Kingdom within 7 days. It took the British more than 7 months to completely bring Esan under the control of their rulership. It took the British more than 7 months for them to be able to completely bring Esan kingdoms under their control. If you hear me, listen to me very well, you'll be able to hear that there is plural and there is singular in my terms of language. Benin kingdom, Esan kingdoms. Benin have only one kingdom. And that kingdom that the Benin have, I want you to hold it within your mind or with your left hand. The kingdom of that Benin is not ascribed to the people of today that are now known as Benin of today. Originally, there is no group of people known as Benin people. There is no group of people known as Benin people. When you hear people say they come from Benin, they are not saying that it is the people that are now called Benin today that gave birth to them. Because that, when you hear Benin kingdom, is a kingdom that comprises of multi-ethnic group of people, is a name of a territorial location, a geographical location. There was never a group of people or a race. Benin is not a race. It was a land, the land. Just like Nigeria is a geographical location. Inside that kingdom, you have tribes and languages that came to cohabit together and instituted a particular socio-cultural engagement. Although that kingdom that was called Benin Kingdom has its original name that was known as Idu. The name Benin is a nickname to the name originally known as Idu. Benin is a nickname. Benin is not a race. That is why even the people that have monopolized Benin to themselves today, they are just a group of people, but they are not a race. For you to be able to know the group that is a race, you listen to their language. If they have dialects across their language. Let me use the Igbo and the Yoruba as a case study. You have Igbo dialects. Abakeleke, Ika, and so many Igbos group have their various dialects, but all these dialects are all Igbo language. So you will be able to know that these people, this group of people, they are not just a group of people, they are a race. They are a tribe. The same with the Yoruba. If you listen to the Yoruba, you will find that they have dialects across their Yoruba language. The Ijebus, the Owo, the Ekiti, the Ondo, so on and so forth. They have dialects. If you come to Esan, you will also see that there are dialects that cut across Esan language, and that is what we have in our Esan word, and we tell ourselves and tell the public that Uru keke na zele kiolesan, Uru esan. All the dialects that is spoken across Esan language, they are all Esan words. But in Benin, it's just one Benin language. Because there was no race from the onset that started their existence as Benin. Even to them that call themselves Benin, the Benin has no meaning to them. If you are having a name that identifies your race, and people know you with that name, and that name has no meaning in your language, in your dialect, it means that that is not who you are. That name is alien to you. That name is alien to you. That is not who you are. So, Benin is overhyped and spiced with different recipe. Ikedu, Yoruba, Esan. The Ikedu language, Esan language, and Yoruba language is what you hear in Edo language and touch of Portuguese words. How do you know that Esans, they are raised? Esans have their distinct traditional regalia. That is not what? That is not a material. You don't go to market to go and cut the material and start sewing it. Like the Binis sew, go and cut material, white material, and knit on it, or red material, and then knit it and shape it to the way they want. But Esans are the one who weave, just as the Ashanti weave their traditional attire. This is to tell you that we are native aboriginal. Esans, the Ugbu, our traditional attire is called Ugbu. When you look at that material, we don't go to the market to go and buy it. It is weaved in Esan land by the Esan people themselves. Just like the Ashantins of the Ghana or the Ghanaians themselves. Just as the Kogi weave theirs as well. So, but there is a particular cultural affinities that cut across all the tribes and languages in southern part of Nigeria. That cultural affinity where you now see that we use beads almost alike. Our female dress in their, when they are doing a traditional marriage, they dress similarly. The Yoruba, the Esans, the Onwa, the Esako, the Yauchi, all. Now, this cultural affinity was gained in Idu. It's not the Benin dress code like they are propagating. That whenever you see people dress like that, the way the women dress, it's the Benin. Or it's not the Benin. The Benin, that dress code belongs to the people that instituted the socio-cultural engagement that built Idu Igodomigodo. After Oba dynasty came that is alien to the people, most of those people that built Idu Igodomigodo, they moved away from that point that was called Igodomigodo, from that geographical location. Every one of them begin to move away to go and have their unique settlement. And some returned back to their own unique settlement that was already in existence before Idu Igodomigodo was formed. When they moved away with that socio-cultural engagement that was instituted in that geographical location that was called Idu Igodomigodo. It was not only the Benin people, the people that are now known as Benin people. Originally, we call them the people that are now known as Benin people because they do not have organic name to be called. They tell you that it was Ubini Nokberu. But when you go to every book that is recorded, you will not find any group of people that is recorded as Ubini Kingdom. As Ubini Kingdom. What the kingdom that is known and that was recorded and that was instituted for real was Idu Igodomigodo. And that Idu Igodomigodo is what Oromia called Ile Ibinu. And it is the Ile Ibinu land of vexation. The Portuguese. All of you now don't know Portuguese. Some of you now we don't know Portuguese now. I think now they watch football. Now watch this World Cup. Now see Portugal. Those are the people because Portuguese also bought slaves. When you look at Portugal today, you will see black people like me with my face, with my nose. Those are the slaves that the Portuguese bought from Africa and from Nigeria, the place that is known as Nigeria. But as a matter of fact, Esans did not sell their kinsmen into slavery. Esans did not engage in human sacrifice. Esans did not invade any neighboring kingdom for Esans territorial expansion. The Benin did. The people that are known as Benin did. They invaded neighboring kingdom for Benin territorial expansion. Oba Ewari conquered 221 towns and villages. That is the Benin pride. That is what they always say. The Portuguese who came to do business in Benin, trades in Benin, as at that time. When you hear Benin, please do not narrow it to the people that are now known as Benin today. Oh. Endeavor to get it clear that I am talking about a territorial place, a kingdom that multi-ethnic groups built together. And the name of that kingdom was known as Idu. So when the Portuguese came, there was already Oba interference. The Oba interference that came from outside begin to dominate and lay hold and conquer and oppress. Those were the people the Portuguese met on leadership of the Idu Igodo, because the Oba that came arrogated power to himself. And for easy pronunciation, when the Portuguese came, the name they were hearing generally was Ile Ibinu. For easy pronunciation, the Portuguese pronounced the name Benin. So you should not be proud that your identity is known as Benin. If originally the kingdom was called Ubini, those people that are saying that the kingdom was called Ubini, they wouldn't, with all the soul over high power of the Obas, they will make sure that it is the Ubini that will be taken, not Benin, that was pronounced on top Ile Ibinu for easy pronunciation. When I was discussing this history to the public now, I told you that you will hold yourself responsible in the way you interpret it. So the way you interpret my message, I'm not to be held responsible. You are to be held responsible. If you do not take sentiment out of it to interpret this message perfectly well, be neutral. Do not say because you are a Benin person. When you say because you are a Benin person, you should be ashamed of yourself about what is Benin. How the Benin even came about, the name Benin. Is that an identity? Is it a race? How did Edo even come? So if you look at the two names, it's not a name to be proud of. Edo is a name of a servant boy that was killed on behalf of Prince Ogun. You know, as at that time, these people that are known as Benin people, they always try to usurp themselves when leadership gets to them. It was this usurping of each other that brought a lot of anarchy in Idu Igodo. As a matter of fact, in Idu Igodo, as at that time, the socio-cultural engagement that was built upon the monarchical structure of Idu Igodo was rotational leadership. This rotational leadership gets to, it's like unto turn by turn. If it was the Urobo people that happen to be on the throne and their king now die, it will get to the other group of people, or the Esans, or the Edos. On this note, it got to the Edo turn. They did not humble themselves for themselves. They try to usurp each other. If you read the Benin history, it is always about usurping. This brother want to usurp that brother want to usurp that brother. That was what happened in Idu. When it got to the group that are now known, that now call themselves Benin or Edo, when it got to that group, originally, then they were not Benins, they were not Edos. You know, when you hide your identity, or your true identity, simply because you want to dominate, that your true identity will be lost. That is why you will not be able to now bring the fat out. I will play music again. That music, I played it before. You know, when you cheat for too long, you will cheat yourself. You will cheat yourself. That is what happened. Today, the Benin people will come and tell us that that land was called Ubini Nokbewo. But there is no trace to whatever is Ubini Nokbewo. There is no trace to it. No kingdom existed that is known or that was known as Ubini. So let me speak on. I will get this music because it's a music I cannot do away with. It's called Enamulu. Enamulu means the people when you they cheat all this while, if they come wise, unko, if their eyes can't open, unko, you will try to adjust and adjust and adjust and adjust your lies. And the more you try to adjust and adjust your lies, the more you shoot yourself on the foot. The more you shoot yourself on the foot. Benin, that we hear today, what is the relationship between Benin and the Esans? The relationship is just that we are neighbors. We are neighbors. Is Esan language Eviod language? I am here to tell my Esan people and consign non-Esans. Disregard it when you go on social media, on Wikipedia space, and you see Eviod language. And your language fall into it as Eviod language. And Esan language fall into it as Eviod language. If your own Ika language fall into it as Eviod language, it's left for you to take it or leave it. But we, the Esan, we are saying that all Esan people should disregard such fallacy. Esan language is not Eviod. Esan language is Ijesan. It's Ijesan language. Aisan. That is who we are. It's not Eviod. Ijesan Mahin, Iwo Esan. Our language is not Eviod language. We are native aboriginals. Our settlement is older than the Binis settlement in that geographical location. The people who did not move out from that territory after Oba cruelty began, the Esan people who did not move out, like the Ezomo family, who are Esans, 100% Esan, their ancestral root is Esan. Those are the 1% of Esan people that did not move, but they continue to greet Lagi Esan to affirm to their ancestral home, which is Esan. They don't greet Lagi Edo. If you now look at it, who is descendant to each other? The Binis are Esan descendants. Not Esan being Benin descendants. These are just claims to supplement their supremacy quests, pursuits, and their dominatory concept and conduct. Originally, Esans are not descendants of Benin. The Edo language fall into one of the Esan dialects. One of the Esan dialects. Edo language is just but one language. And there. But when you listen to Esans, they were coming on board to come and propagate a particular falsehood that we, the Esans, we don't understand ourselves. Because when they try to listen to us, they see that this one speaks another tongue, the other one speaks another tongue, the other one speaks another tongue. They are not able to understand perfectly well what we are saying. The only word they understand that we speak is our Esan language, which they took and adopted to Ikedu language and to Yoruba language and spice it up with Portuguese language. So they begin to wonder, they assume that just as they do not understand us in totality, that is how we do not understand ourselves. But I have come to ask them, Esan, all the Esan, 35 Esan kingdoms, all the Esan clans, they always gather together for their particular festival. And the Esans do not send to Oba of Benin or to Iyase of Benin for them to send somebody from Oba Palace to come and be interpreting to other Esans what the other Esans are saying that the other Esans do not understand. So you can now know, common sense will tell you that these people has ventured into propaganda to devalue others and to evaluate themselves. Propaganda to devalue the Esan people and to evaluate themselves. Yet we, the Esan people, we always gather in our traditional marriage or in our cultural festival. All the kings from the 35 kingdoms in Esan land, they normally happens in their traditional meeting, and they don't complain that they are not hearing what the other person is saying. Just like the Yoruba people. This is our dialect. Esan has dialects. I might say Oria. You will say Oha. But I already know that you are referring to the same thing that I am referring to. That is just another Esan dialect. Uru keke na zele kyo Esan. Uru Esan releki. I might say Inyore. You will say Neneme. We know that you are referring to the same thing. These are Esan dialect, but the Benin only have one word. And that one word, they adopted it from the Esan language. That is why you see that Esan has dialects. So you cannot refer to people that has more than 5 or more than 10 or more than 2 in their having. You will not refer to people that have more than 1, more than 2, more than 3, more than 5 in their having. You will not refer to yourselves. You that is only singular. You will not refer to those people as your descendants. You now refer to their language as your idiot language, and meanwhile you are just singular. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. So we the Esan, we ought to be rightly sensitized. This kind of gentleman one at the place so it don't be too much. Your gentleman is allowing other group of people to sweep you under the carpet. You don't keep mute simply because you want to play gentleman. Fella say, I'll not be gentleman like that. I'll be African man original. I'll not be that kind of gentleman. We should not venture into such attitude. I tell you the truth, there is never a time Edo State will remain as one forever and ever. We must definitely part. It might be 2 years later, it might be 3 years later, it might be 5 years later, it might be 10 years later, but I know it's not going to be long. Because when you put a people together with lies, truth will eventually separate them. When you put a people together with lies, truth will definitely and eventually separate them, because those people you amalgamated together with lies, they are not the same. Forget about whatever similarity you think they share. France and Spanish and Italian sound very much similar than Edo and Esan. But these people, they are unique, different people. Don't you know that during the emergence of humanity, you shared boundary with others? That is what we call neighboring kingdom. By reason of how close we are or we were, there is bound to be similarities, but we get boundary. This na your own, this na my own. But when you come to Esan, my people, why Esan is too great and beautiful, why it is very, very easy to know that this is who the Esan people are, is that we have a lot of reserved Esan identity that the Benin don't have similarity to. A lot. We know that, yes, that cultural attire of our women, you see some of our women, if they do marriage, they dress in the same, like with the Bini, with the Esako, with the Auchi, all of them. We know that, yes, it is because we are the one who instituted it together. So we cannot leave that affiliation. We also brought it to come and add it to our organic custom and culture. That is who we are. That is why you will see the Esan have different cultural dance, but the Benin have just one version. You will talk the Jelejans, you will talk the Abayon, you will talk about the Asonogu, you will talk about the Babonelimi, you will talk about the Ihore festival, you will talk about the Osano festival of the Ugboha people, you will talk about the Elimioto, Elimiwa, so on and so forth. These are Esan. We have them in bundles. Cultural identity that is our heritage. So, how dare another group of people try to second us to themselves? How dare another group of people try to elevate themselves above us? Iwoke-san, amie. Iwoke-san eso. Eka hihiawona. Iwoke-san ni bunbunya. Erewe no ejo emaye ka. Maya ye ka Iwoke-san. Ni ma ye ka ona. Eraude azie zozo ragbe. Okido tamluwa. Okijo eje. Obuenu no moda zozo me. O serio. Iwoke-san ocha se ni mani Iwoke-san. Makman no oto. Esan jole, Iwoke-san dotwa kugbe. Alimi kihere. Iwoke alimi marin. Esan na Aigbe, Esan na mu marin. Nima regbe ne miefo, regbe miewa fonia. Awi awo wo. Ekuju wolo. Ajo pa marin. Ana joma si koko, awa jona sumama Iwoke-san. Now, if the Bini people and the Esan people are the same, remember that there is a particular bastardization of the Esan people race in the Bini history that said that it was Oba Eware the first that referred to us that Esan Nisan Laha. If we were Bini people, or we are Bini people like they say, there will be no such in Bini pronunciation or in Bini proverb or in Bini history as Esan Nisan Laha. It would have been Ivie Nisan Laha. We are not those, we are not Esan. And as a matter, we are not Bini, we are Esan. And as a matter of fact, we not San Laha, we disassociated ourselves and we went back to Esan land. It was not bush we went to. We went back to Esan land to go and Kukuma have our own settlement, our own kingdom alongside with the Esan people that were at home. There were Esans who did not take part in joining multi-ethnic group of people to build that Idu Igodo Migodo. There were Esans. The Esans that later retreated and fell back out of that place that is called Igodo Migodo, they came home to come and meet the Esans that were already at home. in Nigeria or in across every tribe. If you go to America, you will find different soldiers. Some are commandants, some are commander. Soldiers of America. But some of them are Nigerians. So because you left Nigeria to go and join a particular force, to institute a particular conduct, does that mean that you don't have a place you left to go and join and build a particular force? If peradventure, on the long run, you are no longer pleased, you feel cheated, what will you do? You will move away from that place you joined to go and build that force and come back to your home. That was what the Esan people who joined in building Igodomigodo did. And they went back, they came back home. The few ones, the less than 1% that remain, they are Esan ancestral people. The Uzebu people, they are Esans. The Ezomo families, they are Esans. These are Esan descendants. Esan has the highest population in Edo State. Let's even count the Ezomo families and the Uzebu to the people that are now known as Edo today. Let's dash them those ones and count their numbers. Then let's now do real and accurate calculation. In the 5 local government that is ceded to the Esan people, the people that are inside that local government are predominantly Esan. They are 99.9% Esans. But inside the 7 local government of the Edo people, minus the Esans that are there away, you will see that the Edos, they don't have numbers. After you minus the Esans that are inside the 7 local governments ceded to the Edo people away, minus also other tribes that are also resided there, you will see that they don't have numbers. That is why they are not looking for descendants for left, right, and center. The people that when they arrogated power to themselves, you know how people arrogate power. It's just like those military era when they plant coup to overtake power. Now, as at that time when Oba dynasty came from outside to arrogate power of Igodomigodo to himself, they make sure they put a particular law to it that nobody speak that language they call Edo language of today. And they said, no Zedo, we no Zedo. No Zesan, we no Zesan. No Zeka, we no Zeka. Those that speak Binis, let them speak to their Benin language or their Edo language. Those that speak Esan, let them speak to their Esan language. Those that speak Eka, let them speak to their Eka language. Those that speak Udo, let them speak to their Udo language. That was what they said. Now, they are not trying to now claim all those people as their descendants. So, we cannot see the relationship. When you hear relationship, there are different type of relationship. There are marital relationship. There are relationship of friend, we are just friend. There are relationship of what we call neighbors. There are relationship of brothers and sisters. There are relationship of father and son. But the relationship the Esans have with the Benin people is not as unto the relationship of brother and sister. It's not as unto as the relationship of father and son. Can any Oba of Benin or can any Esan king, can it be seen that any Esan king is a particular or a biological son of a particular Oba? So how are we una children? How are we una pikin? You know, when you venture into to accumulate too much power to yourself, you will accumulate power that will definitely bring you down one day. The Binis, they know fully well that there is never a time Benin states will not divide, that Edo state will not divide. That is why they make sure that the artifacts that are being returned gradually, they said never, it cannot be housed in a place called Edo Museum, Edo State Museum. It should be called Benin Royal Museum because they know that they are the Binis. For example, if the state divide today, you don't have any claim to those properties. And the revenue, the money that those artifacts will generate, in as much as it is called Benin Royal Museum, it belongs to the Benin people only. You don't have right to it. Make una wise up. One time, that only is enough for you to know that they are already perceiving and smelling it. That this ground on which Edo State is standing is quaking, and they are not sure that they will be able to hold to it any longer. They know that soon the state will be divided. And if the state is divided, the Edos, they are in a landlocked location. Because they don't have coastal lane in any sea that you find anywhere in Nigeria or inside Edo State. The Gelegele you are seeing there, the coastal lane there is ceded to who? To the Delta States and to the Ondo State respectively. Benin has no coastal lane inside the Gelegele. What they have is that river, the Gelegele River, that is leading inside the sea. And inside that sea, the people that have coastal lane territory are the Ondo States and Delta State respectively. And as a matter of fact, when you look at it from all geographical perspective, Esans are the heartbeat of Edo State. And when you also look at it, Esans has what is called Ozigono to themselves. The Ugbohas and environs. The Ozigono is the River Niger. So you see that Esans have whatever it takes for them to stand independently. The people you need to lobby with, don't try to take them as zombies. Don't try to threaten them when they are coming up to want to come and speak the truth like you have always done. Because if they eventually get angry and said, we want to go, your value is no more, because in all actuality, they are your value. They are the one why you are valued. They are the reasons why you are valued. If you look at it from all political perspective, in the political wing of Edo State, Esans are the critical players. And the political wing of Nigeria, you will not have any Edo man to call to say, this is the person that has gone higher in federal politics of Nigeria from Edo State. The group of people you will always have to call are all Esans. And I'm saying it without missing words. What perspective do you want to look at it from? Esans are the flavor of that place that is called Edo State. You look at it, rating all the professors that has been provided in that state. Esans has more professors than the Edos. Key politicians, Esans have them than the Edos. So you see, I say when you talk about the political sagacity, and the political wisdom. Now, Esans still get that. Esans are the critical players. And when you say you want to look at it again, from food perspective, Esans are the food basket of Edo State. Esans has more reserve land than the Edos. The time is now for us to begin to evaluate and do comparison so that we will see ourselves originally how we are. Enough is enough. We have been taken for granted for too long. This is why the Delta people, the tribe and languages that comprises in the territory that is now called Delta, they quickly moved away. If they did not move away, they still remain by now, maybe in Edo State or Delta State, all of us still be. Now, one Oba of Benin or Oba of Benin will be the paramount ruler of Delta State, of Bende State, so to say. That was what Oba Erediawa ventured into. And Abrusali did not allow him. And that was why they hated Abrusali as at that time. And campaigned against Abrusali to say they are sweeping his leg away from Edo State. And if you look at it, all the politicians that has been produced in that Edo State, Abrusali have the most clean sheets. What Abrusali has done today still sound as an amplifier in the hearings of the born and even the unborn. You still cannot find any politicians in that Edo State that has really worked thoroughly well, selflessly, like Abrusali. But because Abrusali against the dominance of Oba Erediawa, trying to make sure that all those kings are turned into dukes. Oba Abrusali said, those kings, they are originally gazetted in accordance to their ancestral stool. They were creating dukes. That is why you still see today, most of the Binis, they still feel that the Onojes, the Enijes in Esan land and the Enogies, the dukes that are created by Oba of Benin, they are of the same classification. But we are coming to school them that before Enigie were created, there were Onojes. Before Enigie were created. And the Enigies that are created are not constitutionally recognized by the state and by the federal government. They are only subordinate of the Oba of Benin. They are funded by the Oba of Benin. They don't have any kingdom they preside over as kings. But the Onojes have kingdoms they preside over as king. And they all have staff of offices to their respective kingdom. There is no Enogie that was created by Oba of Benin that has any staff of office and any kingdom of his own. So how can you equate Onojes and Enogie? Duke and king are not the same, are not of the same classification. They succeeded in turning most of the kings in Edo South to dukes. Oh. That is why you see the Orunugbe people. They do their own things. The Yokoreon, they succeeded in turning the Egiogo, the king of Ego, to Duke. They succeeded in turning the king of Udo to Duke. They turned most of those kings in Edo South to dukes. Also, that is why Ogiamie is coming to tell them no. Because originally, if you go and check the way it was gazetted during Bende, Ogiamie was gazetted as a king, a stool of its own. So, they try to make sure they reduce all those kings to duke, so that they will be answerable to Oba. But they also extended it to Esan, and the Esan refused vehemently. What you are now seeing today in Esan and in Edo State at large is a particular constitution that does not mean well and that does not go well for us. Just as the whole Nigeria is canvassing for constitutional amendment, so it is also doable for Esans to canvass for Edo State constitutional amendment. A particular constitution that is having Oba of Benin as the paramount ruler. Is automatically saying other kings are second to him. And that is the major reason the Esan people must make sure whether they become governor 2024 or not, we must continue to canvass and push for the creation of Esan states. I look at these people comment, I read a lot of their comments on Facebook and I laugh at these people. They know nothing. They said that it's just social media thing. It's just social media thing. And nobody is hearing about Esan state on ground. And I laugh at them. They think Esan people are loud, are lousy. They think we are lousy. They don't know our agenda. And they can never know. And it's not even a secret agenda. It's what we are going to just lobby for it diplomatically. It's a matter of rightly sensitizing our people. When we begin to champion town hall meetings, when we begin to champion Egbenure meetings, when we begin to champion Esan Youth Conference meeting, then you will know how fast Esan State shall become. Now, I want to talk about the book that was written by a particular guy who said he's an Esan man. I called him, when I saw the book, I called him, though I did not read the book because only the title of the book did not give me any further encouragement to go want to buy the book and start reading. I don't waste my money for such. And Esan and the Snake. That is the title of the book. And when I went down to the book, I saw that the book was forwarded by Iyase of Benin. And when I look at the name of the author of the book, the person who wrote the book, his name is Ehiosu Esigie. Now, if you are Esan man, you should know that Esigie has no business with Esan. Ehiosu has no business with Esan. Oh, yes, of course. We know that there are some names that Edo and Esan use. Don't forget, like I told you, that the Edo people speak Esan language dialects. So you will definitely see some names that Edo and Esan use, like Aigbe and some others. But those are Esan languages. They are Esan dialects. But there are names that the Esan don't bear at all, the Benin bear, because it does not have meaning in any Esan dialect. It does not have meaning in any Esan dialect. Esigie has no meaning in Esan dialect. Edo has no meaning in Esan dialect. Ewakbe has no meaning in Esan dialect. So many names that the Edo bear that we don't bear it because it has no meaning in our dialect. Whatever name that does not have any meaning in any of Esan dialect, that name is not Esan name. So when you now look at somebody who is claiming to be writing Esan history, and you look at his name is Ehiosu Esigi. Disregard such book. And you look at the person who forwarded the book. The person is the Iyase of Benin. And I asked him, he was trying to tell me that he wanted to balance the argument between the Esans and the Benins. That when you see a snake and you see Esan, you first kill the Esan and you kill the snake. And he now went to go and ask, who found this from the Binis. He went to the Iyase of Benin. So, if you are Esan person, you want to write Esan history, the person you have to go to is a Benin person. Because you are having a particular notion that the Benin are superintended. And this will only disqualify you as not being Esan. And if you are an Esan, you have to go and make sure you remove that book from wherever you have put it for sale. Have you seen any Benin man who is venturing to write a particular Benin history? He will now travel down to Esan and come and be asking questions from the Esan kings, how it happened. So, this is the reason why I told us from the beginning that the people that are the rightful people to identify themselves are the people themselves. Who are the Binis to tell us our history? When you look at that, the snake and the Esan, that brother champion, that history has already been documented thoroughly by the Esans. So what kind of history do you want to write again as concerning that very event that happened? The Esan people already recorded it, but the Benin have the distorted version. The Benin has their own history as that. That is the Oba Ozoloa war between the Esan people of Uzea in Uromi. It was because of how swift we are defeating the Benin people at that war that Oba Ozoloa ushered into Esan land that led the Benin to propagate a particular proverb that is saying that whenever you see an Esan man, you see the snake, first kill an Esan man, because they could not understand how swift the Esan are. So if you're having any dispute with the Esan people and eventually snake come, don't just leave that Esan man and say you want to go for the snake, or because you wouldn't know how the Esan people will undertake you. That is the meaning of that proverbs. It was gained after the Esan people Bedo. After the Esan people defeated the Benin people. And somebody is now coming out to want to come and write a particular another version again. Even though that person is claiming to be an Esan man, or even if he's an Esan man, to disregard such book, don't buy that book. That is not our history. What are we not doing? We are emerging to begin to do justice to our history. Not to start distorting it the more. Don't buy that book. Disregard that book. It is called An Esan and the Snake. Written by Ehiosu Esigi. Forwarded by the Iyase of Benin. And they now arrange a particular interview for him on ITV television to come and interview him based on that book. Do you think if the Benin people have seen that that book is not going in line with their own narration, they will call you for interview? They will call you for interview. They won't call you for interview. These are the conspiracy theories that has been orchestrated long time ago. If they see anyone that seems to be gullible among the Esans, simply because of their conspiracy theory, which people now believe that Esans are descendants of Benin, if they see any Esan person that is ignoramusly championing such history, they will want to give the person their platform to elaborate on it the more. So that people will not say, hey, you know the Esan and Esan person, they talk this one. So it's a mafia network. Please, my line is open. You can call in for question and contribution. I see somebody, Frank Owobuse, but many of Esan people don't just know how come about that settlement. You can call in because there are some comments that if you comment, we will not be able to get what you really mean. But you can call in. My line is open. You can call in. You can call in. You can call in. So disregard that book. I remember when the Benin people, they were coming up with this, their ideology of the Benin kingdom, that they were agitating for Benin, great Benin kingdom that they have now. I'm forgetting the real name now, but there's a name. They called me simply because they saw me championing great Benin emancipation. As at that time, I never knew better. I was thinking that what everybody understands as we are one is mutual respect. I was thinking that what everybody understands that we are one is place of same valuation. I never knew that the we are one that the Benin people meant is where we, the Esan people, we continue to propagate ourselves as their children. When I knew, I disassociated. But before I disassociated, they were calling me, want to interview me on their platform. The relationship of the Benin people and the Esan, and I vehemently refused. I told them on phone, they called me consecutively more than 3 times. I told them that the relationship we have, we are neighbors. They were expecting me to come and narrate in accordance to their own narrative, that Esans are children of the Benin people. So my line is open. Please, if you have contribution, don't be afraid to contribute to, as in contribute meaningful contribution to the Esan people. But if you want to ask me a question as against what I am talking about, or you want to challenge me, or you want to defend, you can call in, even if you are an Edo person. Even if you are Ika, you are Igbo, you can call in as well. And for those of us Esan who have not shared this broadcast, please share, because nobody, Benin people will not come and help you to share this broadcast. It is only us that will share the broadcast, so that our message will begin to reach to all our Esan people, so that they will be rightly sensitized. So, the relationship that we have always talked about is not a relationship of us Esan being children of the Benin people. In all actuality, Benin are our children. But we don't mind about that any longer. We are contented with ourselves. Forget propaganda. We are bigger than the Benin people. With wisdom, might, whatever way you want to look at it. If Esan go out of Edo State today, you go and see how light it is. I'm telling you the truth. If Esan go out of Edo State, there is nothing remaining. There is nothing remaining. This kitty kata, whether they do so, then themselves will bite their fingers, say, we die no. If we have known, we would have lobbied with these people. It's supposed to be a place of mutual respect. If you're a king where it is supposed, the place that is supposed to be your territory is 3 local governments. Stick to that 3 local governments. Yes, please, the number is there. Look at the comment section. You will see a number that is pinned down. WhatsApp call. The number is +393 27 42 42 557. The number is pinned down in the comment section. Charles, done. The number is there. I call it again. +393 27 42 42 557. I didn't put plus on the number, but if you want to dial it, endeavor to put plus. If you want to ring the number, you want to dial the number, put plus. Yes, +393 27 42 42 557. Please disregard that book. In short, anybody that is trying to turn himself to puppet of the Benin people, you have also to disregard that person. Any Esan person that is trying to turn himself to puppet of Benin, we cannot continue to give ourselves away. No. +393 2727. No, sorry, +393 2742 42 557. 2742 42 557. You don't be saying when I'll come close now, I'll start to they call me, because most times when I don't come up for now, people will come they call me. I don't know whether this live not they reach there when I day on live like this. This live broadcast. That book is not to be taken seriously. Okay, before I close, since there is no caller, let me play this music to you. Prince Nico Melody. Aigbe Fuere Aba. Esans hoje. Inamuno aido awa. Eya miona mulu ozo awe o.
Enamuru aido awa.
Ozo awe o. Oyo ori aba.
Enamuru aido
Oyo yaba. Ovenia, Ovena Lenia, Ovena Dari, Eluvele. Kiri ono abwa. Prince Nico Melody. I have a missed call here. Someone is trying to call. Just a moment. All right. I think somebody is trying to call. I'm trying to call you back, but you are on another call. Your number is busy. Hello.
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 Yes, hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. I saw your number from this guy. It's on live now. Live Facebook.
Yes. You are actually calling to the live program.
Okay. How's everything? I greet you, brother.
Everything is very well. Greetings to you as well. You have a contribution?
You're too much, brother. I can see the way you are doing things. May God guide you, give you the best wisdom
Thank
to
you.
lead Esan people.
He said.
Understand?
Said.
So, because the way not everybody. But we don't have to own my point. Brother, continue. Don't let anybody discourage you. God will strengthen you.
Abulu, thank you very much.
I think to brother, yeah.
Abulu,
Yeah.
you are welcome.
Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, good. I'm on live.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I saw you. I just saw you right now.
Okay.
How's everything?
Yeah, very well, bro. Everything is fine. Yeah.
It's the same topic. It's the same topic I'm trying to find out about.
Yes.
That guy wrote. The title is even first of all provocative.
Provocative title to start with. You're right.
Exactly. Yeah. Firstly, he is not Esan. Esan don't be a SCK. SCK is what is the meaning of SCK? You speak Benin. Did you know the meaning of SCK?
I don't know the meaning of SCG. The SCG, I don't. Even if, for example, we know that there are a lot of urban names as at that time that has no meaning to the language Edo, or that have no meaning in Edo language. Any Medina nyame wazedu kakabo, igwagbedo igwazedo, Edo warrior unu SSNC, Amiedu niaboze. So there are a lot of Edo urban names as at that time, or even now, that has no meaning in their Edo language. But even as at that, even if it does have meaning in Edo language, it's not our name. Whatever has meaning in Edo language that has no meaning in Esan language is alien to us.
Exactly. We don't bear such a name. First of all, the guy is not from Esan. But it is just the Oba Palace that forwarded such a history to him to publish. For they feel that they will be able to use that to convince, deceive some people. Let me not even say convince, because there's nothing they can do to convince some people. Truth, there's difference between truth and lies. You understand?
Yes.
So the history of some people has already been recorded long time ago, before I was even born.
Yes.
I wasn't born in the 50s. Yeah. They've already recorded everything. So we were born and we grew up and saw those history. We read them. This is what our forebear wrote on ground. So all those things they are talking about, they've already been documented. How the word Esan and Benin came into being,
Yes.
and how the parable, the Binis, usually refer to Esan. If you see snake and Esan, kind of stuff like that.
Yes.
So they've already been documented. Even
Exactly.
they know how those things come about. So it has nothing to do with what that guy is trying to publish. I've not read the content of the book actually, but you've already narrated it to me. I mean, the introduction or the abstract of the book he gave to you, the author gave to you. So he has nothing, 100% has nothing to do with Esan history.
At all.
The guy, first of all, is not the Esan guy, he's Benin. Of course, the Oba Palace cannot be writing Esan history because they don't know anything about Esan.
Yes.
They don't know anything about it. The only thing they know, they claim, some Esan people migrated from Benin to Esan. That is the general notion all of them have.
Yes.
So they do not know anything, a dictating history of Esan,
Yes.
dictating oral history and tradition of Esan. You
Yes.
understand? So such history should be disregarded. Our people should disregard such history. It is not Esan history. It has nothing to do with Esan. We do not have such history. A third party cannot be publishing another tribe history, just like Fulani will be writing Yoruba history. That's not possible.
Yes. You are very.
Disregard. Everybody should. Our people should disregard such history.
Yeah.
It is fake. It's propaganda and fabrications.
Yes, a whole lot of fabrication. Looking at it, we're talking about relationship, and I've been able to let our audience know that there are certain relationships. There are different type of relationship. There are friendship relationship. There are marital relationship. There are relationship of father and son. So when we talk about this relationship, about the Esans and the Edo, which I have been able to tell our public that Edo and Esan relationship is neighbor people who once cohabited together. We are neighboring people. From your own perspective, Mr. Okoji, what do you have to say, and how can you rightly sensitize our Esan people concerning this relationship these people have been talking about?
Of course, the relationship between Esan and Benin is a neighboring relationship. It has always been like that for thousands of years. Pre-Ujiso, when we were having a Dion, you understand, as in the oldest man in the village.
Yes.
During Ujiso time, and after Ujiso, when they started having Oba, and even today, it has always been a neighboring relationship. Although everybody, not just we, the Esans, the Urobos, the Isokos, the natives in Benin, that is the key word that I use. Listen to the key word, the natives in Benin, because not everybody there right now today there are natives.
Exactly.
Although we all came from the same environment in the non-cultural zone around the Niger Benue Conference area thousands of years ago, we all migrated from that environment. So where our languages, our culture evolved, you understand? So we all migrated from that environment and moved to the southern part of Nigeria. The southern rainforest, which is Esan land, and some of them journey downward to the Benins. While the Urobo peoples that were settled in some places in Benin, over time, all of them, they left to the Niger Delta. The Isoko, I believe the Isoko did not even wait at all.
Yes.
They just go to Benin. After they just left, they marched Igodomigodo, they journeyed directly to the Niger Delta area. This is how our relationship has always been.
Exactly.
There was never a time the Benin gave birth to Esan, or the Esan gave birth to Benin. You understand? It has always been a neighboring kind of stuff, you understand?
Exactly.
And again, historically, if you look at history, the Oba dynasty don't invade a kingdom they founded.
Yes.
It is not. They have read their history.
They don't invade the kingdom they founded. Yes.
The kingdom they founded. So for them to be invading Esan for 700, since the Oba dynasty started 750 years ago. The relationship between Esan and Benin has always been about hostility. You understand? There has never been a time where Esan and Benin have a good relationship.
Yes.
Prior before Oba, of course, we had a good relationship with the natives in Benin.
Exactly.
But when the Oba dynasty started, to date, we have never had a good. It has always been a hostility.
Exactly.
Sometimes they invaded Esan. You understand? It has always been a neighboring thing. You understand? That is how it has always been. So the Benis and Esan, we are two separate ethnic groups. We are not the same people.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Of course, we have relationship with each other in terms of linguistic.
Exactly.
It is not only the Benin we share linguistic relationship with. We also share linguistic relationship with Urobo. The same thing with Isoko. The Benin are not more related to Esan than Urobo.
No.
You understand?
Yes.
Let me give a very clear example.
Yes.
Or the Urobo, Isoko. The relationship we have with the Isoko or Urobo is the same relationship we have with the Benis. The same with Owan or Isako. So that is the relationship we have with Benin. It's not a child, a brother, a child relationship or a father. There is no man that gave birth to Esan.
Yes.
The person has gave birth to Benin at the same time. Disregard such history. There is never any history like that.
Exactly.
It's all fake.
Very fake. Thank you very much. You have spoken perfectly well. Thank you for your enlightenment, Mr. Okoji. Aigbe Okosun. So you can see, it's not that we the Esan people, we are people that are dummies. We are not dummies. It's just what we always subject and succumb ourselves to is a conduct of live and let's live. That is all it is. But they've been taking us for granted over these years. But we have to emerge. We are very intelligent. We have all the minds, spiritually or physically. We have it. Good evening. Please lower down your volume set. Lower it down completely. Hello. Sorry, I have to drop the call. Please, you call back again. When you are calling, the phone, the set you are using to listen to me, please do not forget to turn it down. Turn the volume down. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening, my leader.
Yeah, good evening. You are welcome.
Indigenous people of Esan.
Esans are second to none.
I want to contribute to the title of that book.
Okay.
The title of the book alone is unacceptable.
Very, very unacceptable.
When you look at the back page, when he said that two brothers, we are fighting, it was the two brothers that offended Ebinima. Who are those two brothers? The name of Esa, that Esa and the snake, came from when Oba Ozola and the war between the Oba Ozola and the Esa, when Agbanoji cut the head of Oba Ozola. And that war is not only between Esa and Oba and the Binis. There's a song that said Aga Idu Noba in Igbo land.
Exactly.
It is between the Obas, all the people that were there, that were around the territory.
Yes.
The Obas were fighting them. We want to take over.
Yes.
The Idu Robo. Some of the part of the Igbos that were there, they ran to Onisha. They ran to different places. It was because of when Oba, Agbanoje cut off the head of Oba. That was when that name, that parable came. That supposed to they would have killed the Esa before killing the snake. That title of two brothers, that is a very, very wrong. If that person is an Esa man, you want to get an history, you are going to another person to come and get an history. Who will tell you your history? You want to get an history, you went to the selling of Benin to go and get an history of Esa. You cannot tell me my name. I know my name. You can't tell me my name. You can't tell me who is my father. You are not in the right position to come and tell me that this is my name. I am the one to tell you. We ask me what is your name. I will tell you this is my name. This is who I am. I came from this place. Another person that did not know when I was born cannot come and tell me that I know your name.
Share this broadcast.
Without
please
telling me my name.
Yes. Thank you. As a matter of fact, you talked about Agai Dunoba, and the previous caller before you talked about how the Binis, they never invaded any kingdom they actually find. They always invade kingdoms that they know that those kingdoms are mighty kingdoms, and it will overshadow their supplemented supremacy. You understand?
Yes.
So that is what they always do. When you go into the history of the Ara Idu Noba, you also go to the Ka history, who also refer to themselves as Onyidu. You get to see all this. But do you know why this truth is not loudly propagated? It is because we, the Esan people, we have kept mute all this while. But as a matter of fact, without missing words, the Esan people do not start when others must have started. But when the Esan people start, we overtake. That is why we ought to start. We must start. And we cannot continue to leave our history for the Benin people to continue to narrate. And they don't have any business with narrating our history. And we must continue to tell all those people, some of those Esan people who are turning themselves to Benin puppets, that they are on their own. So let me allow you, I don't know if you also have some other contributions to make. Aigbe Okosun.
contribution to make is that book, please, people should disregard that book. That is not the true history of Esa. That book should be disregarded. It is not the true history of Esa. And I believe that the person that wrote that book, even the name is not found in Esa. What is the meaning of Osige in Esa?
Esigi.
It's
alien.
Esa land have names. We have names and meanings. There is no name you will tell me in Esa land that will not tell you the meaning. Anybody who said he has a name and he has no meaning in Esa is not an Esa man. That name is not Esa name. It's never found in Esa land. Please, Esa, you should disregard, not only Esa, even the public, general public, they should disregard that book. Yeah. That book is not the true history of Esa. That is what I have to say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, the history as concerning that particular history that guy is championing has already been documented. It has been documented. And then we know, when we talk about Obazolwa that was beheaded, the Benin people has their own version, which is not the correct version though. It's a lie. They have their own version, and then that they don't want to agree that Obazolwa was beheaded in Esan land. But Obazolwa's head is buried in my own village, in Ugboha, in my kingdom. The community where Obazolwa's head is buried is called Otohimi or Tohimi. So you cannot hide it. After Agbanoje the Great chopped off Obazolwa's head, the forest where he disappeared into, Agbanoje the Great, after he chopped off Obazolwa's head, he disappeared into a particular forest in Uromi. The forest is still there. So this history we are narrating, they are archaeologically proven. They are not just a claim. They are archaeologically proven. Okay, the number is pinned down. Somebody is okay. Yeah. Oh, this is Mr. Victor Akioyame Ikame. The number is pinned down to call here, sir. The number is +393 274242 557 +393 274242 557. So we the Esan people, we have kept mute a lot. And we shall not continue to keep mute. We must come to defend our history. Esan language is not idiot language. We don't speak idiot. We speak Ijesan. Ijesan. That is who we are. We are only being overshadowed, underestimated in a particular place that we are together with the people that is known as Edo people. And we cannot continue to allow this. Please, if you are calling in, caller, please call anybody that is calling in, endeavor to call in, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm running up with this program. And we are going to come up again, leaders and members of Indigenous People of Esan Association, we are going to come up again for this particular message, topic. Hello. Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my convener. Indigenous people of Esan.
Esans are second to none.
Yes, I was mad. Let me use the word mad for belittling the cover page. First of all, the cover page of that book. First of all, I was able to speak with the guy. First of all, you're one of your caller said that SCJ. I asked the caller, the writer, you are SCJ, and you say you are from Esan. You are SCJ, and you are from Esan. How did you come from Esan and you be SCJ? Or whenever you have come from, I've never seen an SCJ in Esan land. And you say you are SCJ. Well, you have done a great job to bring yourself up. You are not the Esan people. First of all, how can't you say the Binis and the Esan? You are not saying the snake, the Esan and the snake. You can imagine you liking the great people
with a snake.
You can imagine.
And this issue, our forefather discussed this issue in the times of Esan and Benin.
Yes.
There was a treaty signed that this matter this phrase must not be used.
Yes. And they still use it to date. And we do away with Esan and Benin.
And you are still using it. And we, Esan, as we are, like you said, we are too cold. We discard the Esan and Benin. Now, they are still using the snake to use as an adjective of an Esan. We will not take it. This book must be taken down. I spoke with the guy, he said it's a fiction, it's a drama. If you are talking a drama about two brothers, and he said I've not read the book, I should go and read it. I went and I started looking for the book. I was able to lay my. I read. How can you be talking of two brothers?
This is not accepted. It's unacceptable.
Okay, they are two brothers. Who was their father? Who is their father? You said they are two brothers. You are in Nigeria. People that write fiction ask not to mention the clown or the child.
You are very correct, sir. The network is really disturbing.
I'm telling him, I told him because I could not sleep. Can you hear me? I could not sleep 3 days ago. I sent all this message through all the WhatsApp. Do you know the guy called me and said I should bring it down in Esan, my pride? And I said that if this is the pride of an Esan man, if Esan is the pride of an Esan man, this book must be taken down. Esan can never be likened with a snake. This book must be discarded. Generally, we are not accepting it. It's not an Esan man. Esan people are great people, are lovely people. The Binis, you know that in the Binis that have taught her how to write this story. He said it's not the he said that told her how to write the story. They just developed the story. How can you develop a story and you put Esan man and the snake? This thing has been taken down.
And the Yasser of Benin forwarded it. What are you talking about?
Yes. He said he has said, but you have said forwarded it. Can he have said not correct you as an old man that this book has been discarded when our forefather was there, that this thing must not be used to come and document it as a book that will be taken to the library, that our four children with this erroneous history they have been writing and they have continued writing it, this distorted history they have been writing, we will not take it. This book must be taken down. Our government must look into this book and we will follow it up. On Twitter, everywhere, I will post it. And we will take it down. I appreciate your work, my convener.
Thank you very much.
No, really. Esan must come together. We come together to fight a wrong history about the great Esan people. Thank you. Before Esan,
he said,
God bless you. Thank you.
As a matter of fact, the indigenous people of Esan Association that you people saw that it's just Facebook thing is a great one. As a matter of fact, we are going to sue this guy for that, for defamation of name and character. Defamation of name and character. We are going to sue you. If you do not bring that book down from wherever it is, we will sue you. And we mean what we're talking about. It is not acceptable. That creates that the Benin came seeking for peace. After the Esan people defeated them, after they must have suffered a lot of casualties. In that war, they ushered into Esan land. They deemed it fit to say, let us go and seek for peace. And we accepted the peace gesture. And there was a treaty. Initially, Esan, they used to name their children Esan Bedo. Esan Bedo means Esans defeated the Edos. It is not Esan Rigbedo, Edo Rigbesan. It was after the treaty, we now say, okay, the treaty was that they should do away with that word that says whenever you see a snake, you see Esan man, kill the Esan man before you kill the snake. And we will not be naming our children Esan Bedo. From then, henceforth, we never named any of our child Esan Bedo. And to retain our history, our Esan people of today, please, if you so love the name, I am pleading you to give the name to your children Esan Bedo. name your child Esan Bedu, because it is still with them. They still say it. If you see a snake and you see an Esan man, kill the Esan man first before you kill it. They still say they've not done away with it. In short, they still writing book. Esan man, Esan man, Bedu man, Dume. And I want to put my message to all our Esan people that have pages on social media. These Benin people that are coming to propagate their history on your pages, try to be removing them. Because you cannot go to any Benin page to go and post Esan history. They don't accept it. They will abuse you, just as this Samuel is coming here now. They will abuse you. If not that I have always blocked them out of this page would have grown up to, let me say, 20,000 followers. That you see is just getting to 3,000 followers gradually. I block them. They come in their mass, in their numbers. I block them. They are so saucy, so lousy, and very, very abusive. They don't listen to people's history. They want people to listen to their history that they are narrating and accept it like that. They don't accept your own. They have this kind of ego that they are supreme. And it is time for us to put them where they belong. If you see Esan page, any Esan page on social media, go and check it. The Benin people flush in there and be putting all their history. And thank God somebody is coming to say jealousy. Now, you know, people who are foolish always shoot themselves on the foot. You say the Esan people are children of the Benin people. You don't see where children, the jealousy, papa. Have you seen anywhere picking the jealousy, papa? They are fools. People that use those kind of language. They cannot come and engage you intelligently. They will say you are jealous. Jealous of what? I cannot see something that is in Benin that we want to be jealous of. When you talk about education, the Esan people have it more. Look at the professors in Edo State. You know how many professors the Esans has produced. Look at the key players in political wing of Nigeria, federal and states. The Esans are always there to be counted, but you cannot see any Edo person. The Edo part of the Edo State, they are in a landlocked location. They have no coastal lane in the Gelegele that is leading into the sea. The coastal lane there is ceded to Delta State and Ondo State respectively. Esan has the River Niger to themselves. Esan is the food basket of the Edo State, and Esan is the heartbeat of the Edo State. So what are we jealousing you for? And you're the one that said that we are your children. We are your children. But children, they jealousy, papa. Their papa. You say we are putting enemy between the Benin. What enemy? There has always been enmity between the Esans and the Benin. Ever since we are neighbors, we are not Benin children. Esan language is not Edo language. Esan is not Esan Laha. Esan language is not Edunama, Zese, or Esan. All these are words that are used from the grand patron of enemy to the Esan people. Who are the grand patron of enemy? The people who are referring to us as their children, but they have it in their proverbs that Esan Isan Laha, Ogamiesan, Unamienye, Okakubiesan. They have it in their proverbs that Edunama, Zese, or Esan. We have the documented history how many times your Obas have ushered war into Esan land and you were defeated. Your Oba Ozwalwa head is buried in Otohimi, there in Esan land, in my Ugboha kingdom. And Oba Ozwalwa was defeated by Agbanoje the Great of Esan. We have all this history. And you are saying that you are putting enmity between Esan and Edo. This is the true history that we're talking about. You people have always distorted our history. Each time we come on board to come and correct it, you say we are jealous. What do you have for us to jealous? So my people, for those of you that have called, we are going to do more work. That guy that wrote that book, we are going to sue him. If he did not drop that book, we will sue him. And we are inviting you to the launching and inauguration of indigenous people of Esan. that's going to take place in Ali Hall, January. We will soon start seeing the advertisement, the jingle all over social media space. And for those of you who wish to be our members, you can call this number or any of our number you have, and then we'll let you in as our member. To become a member of Indigenous People of Esan, you only need to be Esan Indigen. So my people, I thank you. Thank you very much. May the God of our ancestors continue to enrich us with wisdom, for we to be able to pilot the affairs of Esan at large. Bye for now. Till I come your way some other time again, I remain my very humble self and very loyal self in the person of Aigbe Okosun. Omo na Aigbe, omo na mu, omo na Ali.